Greetings! My name's Dwayne and I'm going to show you how I made my gnome markers. And we're going to start out with just a simple template for the hats and then show you how to glue everything together. So there's really not much to them. And you're not going to need much for supplies either, except for just different colors. Because we do have the markers available. I picked these up at our favorite Dollar Tree, but you can pick them up almost anywhere, art supplies, Office Max stores. You can get them in packs of 8 or 10 if you want different colors. So we're going to show you how to put them together and how to make just a bunch of different colors for the fun of it there. Now, I put together just a simple template for our hat, and we're going to cut that out. The base of it being 1 1/4 inch. We have our fold, which is up 4 inches. And what I did was when it went up 1 1/4 inch on the side there to make room for the top here before I actually curved up on the side here. So that's going to be my basic template for my hat. And you can either pull out a full sheet or just if you have scraps, pull out some scraps. And we're going to put that together and just cut out using our template. Fold that over. Now if I'm using a full sheet, they're what, about 50 cents a sheet. You can get them for less if they're on sale. You can actually get 8 on a sheet. What I like to do is if I'm doing quantity of things is to have that and just make them all one color at a time. So we can, like I said, get 8 on a sheet there. If not, if you're just using your scraps, just find something that's a little bit bigger scrap there. You're going to need something that's at least 4 inches. So we'll cut that out, put our template aside. So there we're going to have our basic hat. Now I made mine 4 inches in length. You don't have to make it all that as far as length. If you want to cut it down to about 3 to 3.5 inches, I wouldn't go down farther than the 3 inches. So I like the 4 inches just for height. This is also something you can decorate a little bit more. I kept it simple here to start out with, but I can put embellishments on there and do a lot of fun things with that. But here I have my basic template there. Fold it. Now, once I have that, if I do, like I said, I want to do something where I'm using a full sheet, I can just lay that on there and cut that out around there, or again, do it as a fold. But as I said, I can get 8 of these, and that's another reason why I went with the 4 inch, was so I can get 8 on a full sheet of felt. All right, so looking at the marker here, I've got my hat cut out. The beard itself, again, I use scraps, but you can also use, if you have the faux fur, if you buy it in the sheets, you can get that usually anywhere, Joann's, Hobby Lobby's, Michael's. It's just the regular faux fur. With that, I cut out pieces. And again, I went with just scraps I had around because they're just small pieces. And again, just cutting the backs. Several other tutorials showing you how to cut them. But I'm just doing a 1 inch by 1 inch. Just a 1 inch square. So 1 inch across the top, 1 inch down the side there, 1 inch along the bottom. And again, cutting the back so I have this nice fur that comes down here. And I'm taking my lid off, and I'm actually just gluing this right to the lip. Right on the lip there where the top goes on. I'm going to glue that right to that. Let me grab my hot glue gun here. And what I do on mine here, since I'm using the Play School, I want to see the green, I want to use the Play School, I put that on the back side. You don't have to. And you can also, if you want, make yours a little bit wider than the 1 inch. As you can see, it doesn't go quite all the way around, but if you wanted to make it 1.5 inches so you cover the whole thing, You could do that. But I like that so they can pick it up and see that pretty much brand name and also the colors on it. So I glue that down to there. And make sure my cap fits on there. So just as simple as that. I got my beard already on there. As I said, you're cutting an inch an inch on each side, an inch and an inch to get your beard there. Now, I'm going to take my hat. The hat, you can either sew up the sides. I do hand sewing. If you do machine sewing, that's fine. Or you can glue. You can take and just glue that and just make your seam. So again, it's another project that you don't have to sew. Just hot glue, be careful of your fingers there. Hot glue that, and then just turn it inside out. I'm going to grab one here that I've already turned inside out, but you just turn that inside out to have your hat. Stick that on there. And what I want is my hat to come down, and I want it to cover a little bit of the beard there. So here's where now you can stuff it a little bit. If you want to put just a little bit of stuffing in the top of the hat, you can do that. It just gives it more of support for it. I'm just going to show you here. The glue, I want to put the glue down in a little ways. I want to go down about a ½ inch or so. I don't want glue up around the top here. It's very important that I'm not gluing the very top of my hat here. So I'm going to put my glue down in and just around. I'm not going to put a lot in there, just a little, so I get some glue in there. The reason I do that is because now I'm going to push this. Don't wait a while. Just push it down on there. If you wait too long, the glue starts to dry, and then you won't be able to push it on there. So just add a little bit, and again, bring it down into there. So you got your hat on there. The farther you can get, if you can get it down in there about an inch or so, when you put your glue in, that'll work the best. And the reason for that, again, you're putting the cap on there, and just lightly tap around. Try not to, if you squeeze too tight, you're going to get creases in it, so you don't want to do that. I like to just take it off then to make sure. And again, why I glue down farther, I don't want to glue my hat to my marker. I want to have about an eighth of an inch, almost a quarter inch, to where that cap, the top of the cap, comes on. So it's dry. There's no glue up here, so I don't have to worry about that glue getting glued on there. Now you could do that separate. You can push that on the top in there separate without this. I just find it's easier for me to be able to push that, to bring that on there. And there you have your basic. You got your hat and you got your beard already there. If you wanted to, you could just put a nose on there, call it a day. What I like to do is put a little bit more trim on there just for fun of it. So I have my hat. It pops off nice and easy. I put the seam in the back there. So I'm just looking at the front of it there. And what I've used to decorate here is just a yarn. This is the same yarn that I use actually when I make my Santa Claus. Anything as far as hats or coats. It's just a yarn that I've picked up from Hobby Lobby. I've seen it at Joann's too. This is called the Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. If you're looking for that, they have it in all different colors. I've got grays, browns, greens, but this, as I said, is something that you can use with your Santa Claus if you're looking to trim a coat, if you're looking to trim a hat for Santa Claus. So it's a great thing to have around. And I'm just going to glue that right around my hat. Again, being careful You can take it off if you want, take the hat off to put it on, but I'm being careful not to glue down to the beard. It's no fun when a kid can't get the cap off their marker to play with it. So we're going to glue that around. So I get around to the side there. Cut that off. Just bring that around. If you have a little extra, that's fine, because you can just glue that right down on top of that. And as I'm holding it there, again, I like to test it, make sure I can take my marker apart, put it back together there. Also with the hats here, if I wanted to do something where I add a little bit more character, I can do a bend down there too. Just another idea. Bend the hat down, glue that on there, just glue that down, and you got something just a little bit different there. So you can do a couple different types of markers there. Also, if you want to push the hat down, do it before you put the glue in, so you get the crinkle. If you want like the wrinkled type hat, it's a little bit harder to do on these because they're smaller and because you're putting glue in there, but you can do that. You can push it down, then put the glue in there and get more of a wrinkled hat. Always a cute look there too. Now, as far as the nose, I'm using the one half inch wood balls. Pick these up at Hobby Lobby. You can order them online too, several different places. I like just the size of it there. Now, if you want a bigger nose, you can use a 3/4 inch nose, or again, just a pom-pom. Use something that you have, use something that's, easy to find there. And I did that with ink pens and pencils before. I used the pom-poms and they worked fine with that. But I'm using the 1/2 inch wood balls on mine here. And just putting a little bit of glue on there. I don't want to put too much on there because I don't want it pouring out the sides here. It's a small piece. And again, I'm wanting to glue down just farther down from my hat there, just a little bit. I don't want to glue it to the fringe up here or the hat because again, I don't want it stuck so I can't take my cap off. So just keep that in mind when you're putting things together, that you want to make sure you're not putting excess glue or that you have the space available to put it on. So just as simple as that, I've made my colored marker gnome there. This is something that I just have fun with because I've done the pens in the past, I've done the pencils in the past, and they're nice little gifts. Give me a little bit of sales and marketing here. With the pencils and pens, I used to sell the pencils for like $2, the pens for like $3, and I put them in a craft mall and they sold like crazy. But I also gave them away. And sometimes I've given them away to people and they've given them to other people, and it just grows from there. I've had teachers where they've wanted to do these for classes. I've had people that call me up and say, look, is there any way you've given me one? I need to buy a whole bunch I have a party coming up. And I had one lady that bought 30 of them. So if you do the math, these only cost, if you're doing like the Dollar Tree, they only cost $1. So they're easy giveaways. Also, if you sell one, and you can sell it anywhere from $1 to $3. I mean, if you can get $5, great. But I would say anywhere from $1 to $3. If you sell one, then you got the whole rest of the pack to sell. Or if you want to sell the pack for $5. Again, I'm just giving suggestions here and telling you some of the things that I've done as far as sales with them. Go to if you're going to have a craft fair, a great thing to do is make a whole bunch of these, usually like in the black. And if you want to just give them out to the other vendors, that's a great way of advertising for yourself. You've given them out to them. Other people go around to their booths and they see these. And the crafters love them because they love the black. They're always using black to write on things. Or you get the Sharpies. Might cost you a little bit more to do Sharpies or to do the thin ones, but give them out to the different crafters. As I said, it's only a buck or something like that for a whole pack of them there. You'll make your money back in no time. The other crafters will be advertising for you because the other people see them, they'll ask where did they get them, and they'll come to you. As I stated earlier, I had somebody that I just gave one to. She contacts me, says she has a party going on that she needs 30 of them. So I sold her 30 of them for $3 each, and made a nice profit off of something that was, again, just scrap material or cost me less than $2 to make a whole pack of them. So it's a quick, easy idea. If you're just trying to put something together for the fun of it, for the holidays coming up here, or if you want something that you can use just for the kids, little project that for the kids to play with. I got to just get out the coloring pages, and you can do all sorts of just fun things just to color in on them. So that's the quick, easy way of coming up with something for a play school marker, and they're nice. They got all different colors that you can do there. Easy thing, like I said, is just making them and giving them away, basically. Or you can make your sales on them. They're great thank you gifts too. All right, thank you. I enjoy seeing what you guys do. I love to see how you're making different crafts, and I hope to see you making some of these too for the fun of it.